Stop assuming you are safe. You are not. Right now, for you to take your next breath, a fragile chain of impossible physical events must happen in perfect order. If just one of them fails by a single %, the screen goes dark. The universe is not a garden, it is a serial killer. The default state of a planet is dead. Look at the evidence. Mars, a frozen corpse with no atmosphere. Venus, a crushing hellscape of acid. Mercury, a burned cinder. Earth is not normal. Earth is a statistical freak. A winning lottery ticket in a game where every other player was executed. This is not Mother Nature protecting you. This is a sequence of cosmic accidents that we are about to dissect. Welcome to the forensic analysis of your own survival. We are not looking for miracles, we are looking for the mechanical failures that allow us to exist. Most people prefer the comfortable lie that space is safe. But if you have the stomach to see the knife held against your throat, leave a like right now. Prove to the algorithm that you are awake. Let's begin the autopsy. The first piece of evidence is our cosmic location. You think the sun is just a star in space. But in real estate, location is everything. Most of the Milky Way is a death zone. If Earth were closer to the galactic center, the density of stars would be too high. A supernova would go off near us every few million years, sterilizing the surface with gamma rays. We would be cooked in a cosmic microwave. If we were too far out, in the galactic rim, there would be no heavy metals. No iron for your blood. No silicon for the rocks. Just useless gas. Consider the ingredients of your own blood. Iron. Zinc. Magnesium. These heavy elements do not exist naturally in the universe. The cosmos is 98% hydrogen and helium, useless gas for building a complex machine like a human. Every single atom of iron in your veins was forged in the core of a dying star that exploded billions of years ago. We are literally built from the debris of a cosmic car crash. If Earth had formed in a region with slightly less metallicity, you would not be here. There would be no rocky crust to stand on. No iron core to generate a shield. Just a gas giant floating in the dark. We are the rarest impurity in a universe of empty gas. We exist in the Goldilocks zone of the galaxy. A thin, fragile ring of safety where the radiation is low enough not to kill us, but the materials are rich enough to build a crust. But even here, safety is a lie. The galaxy is rotating. We are moving through spiral arms filled with dust and dying stars. Every time Earth passes through one of these arms, the extinction rate spikes. We are not in a safe house. We are running across a highway blindfolded, and we have just been lucky enough to miss the cars. But the danger does not stop at the galactic border. Even in the safe zone, the solar system is a construction site. It is filled with millions of asteroids, comets, and leftover debris from the planet-building era. By all laws of probability, Earth should be hammered by extinction-level impacts every few thousand years. We are not hit because we have a bodyguard. A gravitational tyrant named Jupiter. This gas giant is so massive that it acts as the solar system's vacuum cleaner. Its gravity captures incoming comets and flings them out into the void before they can get close to the inner planets. Jupiter does not care about us. It is simply a massive sinkhole of gravity. But without it, the shooting gallery would be aimed directly at us. We would be living in a perpetual winter of dust and impact fire. This is not theoretical physics. We have seen the gun go off. In 1994, human telescopes watched in horror as comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 slammed into Jupiter. The impact released energy equivalent to 6 million atomic bombs. It left a scar on Jupiter the size of Earth itself. If that comet had hit us, sterilization would have been instant. The atmosphere would have turned into an oven for hours, boiling the oceans and incinerating the surface. That bullet was aimed at the inner solar system. Jupiter took the hit for us. It happens every day, in the dark, while you sleep. The universe is trying to hide this history of violence. The algorithm suppresses this kind of darkness to protect the fragile viewers. Verify that you are still receiving this transmission. Check your subscription status now. Do not let the signal fade back into the static. Yet, another threat is spinning in the dark. Surviving the rocks is not enough. You also need stability. In the beginning, Earth spun violently. A day lasted only 6 hours. The atmosphere was a chaotic storm with winds screaming at 500 miles per hour. Complex life is impossible in a centrifuge. Then, a murder happened. A protoplanet the size of Mars, which we call Theia, slammed into the young Earth. The impact was so violent it liquefied the crust of both worlds and sprayed molten rock into orbit. The moon is not a romantic companion, it is a scar. It is the coagulated remains of that collision. But this scar saved us. The moon acts as a massive gravitational brake. It slowed our rotation down to 24 hours. It calmed the winds. Most importantly, it stabilized our tilt. Without the moon holding us steady, Earth would wobble on its axis like a dying top. The North Pole would drift to the equator. Deserts would flash freeze into ice sheets in a few years. The moon forced the chaos to freeze, buying us the stability to evolve. But this orbital dance is an illusion of safety. You are standing on a crust of rock, but the real machinery is 4,000 miles down. The Earth's core is a swirling ocean of molten iron, hotter than the surface of the sun. This is not just geology, it is a generator. As this iron churns, it creates a magnetic field that extends thousands of miles into space. This is the only thing standing between you and the sun. The sun is not a friendly lamp. It is an artillery cannon aimed at your head. It is screaming radiation at us right now, trying to strip our atmosphere away. It fires a stream of radioactive particles called the solar wind at 2 million miles per hour. Without our magnetic field, this wind would strip away our atmosphere in a matter of days. Look at Mars. It is a forensic crime scene. Mars used to have water. It used to have air. But its iron heart cooled down and stopped spinning. The shield dropped. The sun stripped it bare, leaving a frozen, red corpse. The stripping of Mars was violent. NASA's MAVEN mission confirmed that the solar wind literally clawed the atmosphere off the planet, atom by atom, at a rate of hundreds of tons per second. When the magnetic field died, the water evaporated into space. The oceans of Mars didn't dry up, they were stolen by the sun. This is the fate waiting for Earth. Our core is slowly cooling. The dynamo is slowing down. One day, the shield will drop, and the sun will reclaim the water it allowed us to borrow. We are alive only because the monster beneath our feet is still awake. This realization, that your safety depends on a ball of liquid fire, is terrifying to most. But to some, it is clarifying. Share this evidence with one other person. Do not tell them why. Just watch to see if they understand the fragility of their own existence. Because even with a shield above, a threat breeds below. We assume the air we breathe is natural. It is not. For the first half of Earth's history, there was no oxygen. The atmosphere was methane and carbon dioxide. If you time-traveled back, you would suffocate in seconds. Then, the first murder happened. A bacteria learned to weaponize the sun. It released a corrosive gas that killed 99% of everything alive. We call this gas fresh air. You are breathing the exhaust fumes of a massacre. At the time, oxygen was a toxic, corrosive gas. It did not create life, it destroyed it. This event is known as the Great Oxygenation Event. It was the first mass extinction. It wiped out nearly all life on the planet and froze the world into a snowball for millions of years. The air you breathe today is the result of a chemical apocalypse. Furthermore, this layer is terrifyingly thin. If Earth were an apple, the atmosphere would be thinner than the skin. Just 60 miles above your head, the vacuum begins. The temperature drops to minus 270 degrees. We are living in a microscopic bubble of gas, clinging to a rock, surrounded by an infinite vacuum that wants to boil our blood. We are not in a habitat. We are in a spacesuit that is slowly leaking. And the final trap is a thermodynamic glitch. In this universe, liquid water is almost impossible. The cosmos is a binary system of extremes. It is either an incinerator, inside a star, or a freezer, in the vacuum. To keep water liquid, a planet must maintain a surface temperature between 0 and 100 degrees Celsius. This is a temperature window so narrow it is statistically zero. Yet, Earth has walked this tightrope for 4 billion years without falling off. A shift of just 5% in either direction, and we would be Venus, vaporized, or Mars, frozen. But the most impossible factor is time. Stability in physics is rare, chaos is the norm. For a planet to remain habitable, it needs 4 billion years of continuous climatic stability. Think about that duration. A single supervolcano, a single asteroid, a single nearby gamma ray burst in 4 billion years would reset the clock to zero. Yet, Earth dodged every bullet. While 99% of all species that ever lived went extinct, the chain of life itself never broke. We are the survivors of a 4 billion-year obstacle course where everything else died. Step back and look at the chain of evidence. Right galactic location. Right star. Right Jupiter shield. Right moon stabilizer. Right magnetic core. Right atmospheric chemistry. This is not a happy accident. This is winning the lottery every single day for 4 billion years. The title of this video is Why the Universe is Trying to Kill You. And the evidence shows it tried. Hard. But here is the twist, it failed. Against all odds, against every law of probability, we are the target that refused to die. You understand that in an infinite universe, even the impossible eventually happens, but it means we are utterly alone. The silence of the sky is not empty, it is heavy. It tells us that the winning ticket we hold is the only one ever printed. So here is the final verdict. Look at the improbability of your own lungs drawing breath right now. Go to the comments. I want your verdict on the record. Type miracle if you believe this sequence of events was designed. Type mistake if you believe we are just a random fluctuation in a dead machine. Leave your mark before the screen goes dark.